So much of the problem here is the fact that I truly do believe that the regulator, Health Canada, has been captured. And so often, I mean, all the time, when you hear about regulatory capture, that's usually about capitalism, issues with free market companies capturing the regulator, and the regulator ends up working on behalf of big business, basically. The regulator here seems to be captured by big advocacy, by big progressive advocacy. Heart, lung, stroke, even the researchers, the big researchers. You got Physicians for a Smoke-Free Canada. Who elected them? And they're not even all doctors, that actually are the advocates there for that organization. They're named physicians, but it's not physicians that are doing most of the advocacy. So exactly where do all of these people get the right to unwind legislation and regulation that this existing government put into place?
Well, what hope do we have? How do you fight that? Where do you begin?
Well, it's a political issue. That's the thing. And so I think that, Canadian Vaping Association and Daryl Tempest has been doing a great job with the outreach that they are doing in his own party, mind you, right? He'll always tell you that, he's gotten plenty of Liberal MPs elected. And Daryl and the Canadian Vaping Association, I'm not, giving them free lunch here, but the last 2 months in a row, they have been the top lobbyists of any industry on any issue in the entire country. There isn't another organization, person, or issue that has talked to more politicians than the vaping industry. And what Daryl's doing there is he's like, this is a liberal issue. Conservatives can't fix this. For one, they're not in power. Two, it's not their issue, right? And so, I think more people that have the ear of other progressives need to pick up this fight and decide that the only way this thing gets fixed is if they fix it in-house. This is a family issue.
I'm speechless, honestly. I think it's the exhaustion from having all of this play in my mind and my gut solidly for the last couple of years. And it's, at some point, I stare off into space thinking, what's happening? I wish I had more answers. But in order to get answers, you have to have information.
Sure. This would be more difficult, I think, if the Canadian government hadn't legalized nicotine vaping products 3 years ago. Everybody needs to get back to that and go, well, no. You legalized this product. So you made a mistake? It's not the industry that's made a mistake, right? Because it's certainly not. It's certainly not. There's plenty of different reasons in why, for a short period of time, young people grabbed a fad and vaped more than, say, they were before. And overall, it is important to dissuade young people from vaping. But there's nothing different 3 years ago. Vaping with kids was always an issue. We need to do our part to make sure that doesn't happen. In a way, Health Canada is the one that should be blamed. And I bet you all of the nonprofit health groups, the groups that have captured Health Canada on this issue, I'm certain Rob Cunningham from Cancer has on more than one occasion communicated to Health Canada the dismay of their organization towards the regulator for them making the horrible mistake of putting their stamp of approval on vaping. And how could the regulator allow big tobacco to go after our kids like that? So I'm certain that Health Canada is being blamed for a lot of this. None of it's public. It's all from the health groups. And they've just thrown their towel in now. I truly believe that there's a major collapse somewhere here of regulatory authority. I think that the regulator has collapsed. They're throwing the towel in. They are unable to stand up to the critics on this one side of the issue, and it's easier for them to throw, not just throw, but just run vapers over with the bus. Clearly, I mean, that's not even just anecdotal anymore. They're gutting the legislation. They're gutting the regulation. They're effectively banning vaping in Canada.